Today's project, folks, is going to be this right here. Let me show you what's going on. See that? It turns okay to the left, but when you try to go to the right, yeah, and you can see it's not a stripped out steering wheel because the shaft is turning with the steering wheel. If you go down here, you can see that mechanism there, and you can see it's just slipping right there at the gears. So I bought a new one of those. It comes as an assembly for about 80 bucks. So I mentioned I wasn't sure which part was bad, whether it would be this bushing or a bushing in here or a bushing there. I didn't know, but luckily you can buy this whole assembly and it comes just like this, fully assembled, for about $80. And it looks like there's 4 bolts to mount it. I believe the first order of business is removing this fuel tank. It looks like 2 3/8. I'm just going to set this off to the side for now. Luckily my tank is already empty, so probably the best thing to do is just empty this and remove it. But that looks like to take off the steering wheel. It is a, what is that? It's a 9/16 nut. There we go. And looks, this comes off as well. And you can see the steering wheel is not stripped, and either is the sprocket that goes on the shaft there. And to remove this, you just pinch it in there and it pulls right off. Looks like there's also a plate here that's held on with 2 5/16. That plate is broken on mine. I have to get a new one of those or look into that. That broken piece there may be what caused that gear mechanism to wear out. What came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know. So you can see now this setup is pretty loose in here. I think all I need to do now is disconnect this lever and remove the 4 bolts that holds it on. And you'll want to lower the deck to the lowest position so you can get under there. Okay, so those are 9/16 bolts holding that plate on. I'm going to give this a shot. Ouch! Now they're not real easy to get to, but you can get them. Alright, I finally got these 4 stinkers out. Hopefully we can reuse them. They are self-tapping. We'll see. Let's see what happens when I try to... Oh, I still need to disconnect the lever. We'll see how that's connected. So now we need to disconnect the lever, and the lever goes down under here, and you can see it's like a, let's see, right? Yeah, right there. So it's a 1/2 inch nut on that other side, and you might have to have a wrench on this side to hold it. And I think that's all we need to remove to get a good look at it there. Right here, yeah. Yeah, we remove that, and I think we're good. Wish me luck. There's another look at the linkage. It's actually a 9/16 nut on that side, and either a 1/2 inch or 9/16 on the linkage side. So we'll take that off. So it's been disconnected at the lever, and now it pulls right out, and hopefully we can muscle it out of here some way. Yeah, man. Out with the old, in with the new. I'm going to set down the camera to do this. It's a lot easier. There we go. Simple as that. So I can't get enough leverage to start these self-tapping bolts from underneath. So I'm just going to go ahead and use a standard nut and bolts instead. And when you're going back together, just make sure that you have the gear lined up in the middle of this gear. I have it on tooth number 11, and that way when you put the steering wheel on straight, you want to make sure the wheels are straight at this point too. Everything will be lined up. So that's the way you do it. Looks good. Works good.